Hello everyone and welcome back to Prodigal Overland. My name's Brad. If you're new here, welcome. In today's video, we're going to be looking at tire deflators. So if you are just starting to get out off-road, there's this idea that you ought to air down your tires to make your ride a little more compliant, to give you better traction on the trail, but also to protect your tires from sharp rocks and reduce the risk of getting any kind of tire punctures. So in today's video, we're going to be looking at two different budget-friendly options to allow you to air them down. I'm going to be looking at things like how long do they take to actually air down the tires, how much do they cost, and how effective are they. So if you're in the market for tire deflators, you're going to want to stick around and watch this video. Alright guys, so I wanted to show you the first kind that we're going to be trying out today. And this is from Jayco. It's a rapid tire deflator. And the way this one works, it actually screws onto your valve stem. And then once it's screwed on, it actually unscrews that valve stem core and actually pulls the core out, and then you air down the tires from there. So that's the first kind we're going to try. And then after that is these are from Grit Performance. But this style of tire deflator are very, very common. As with both of these, you can find them off of Amazon. The idea behind these are you screw them on and they let air out to a certain pressure, and then once you reach the pressure you have set them to, it shuts off the air. So I'm going to show you how to set these, and then we're going to compare both of them to see which one works better. Okay, so again, we're going to start with the Jayco one, which is the kind that actually will pull the valve stem or the valve core out of the valve stem. So first thing you do is pull this back, then you go ahead and screw it on the tire till it's all the way screwed down. And once it's on, you push in the plunger and you turn till you can kind of feel it slip onto the actual core, the valve core, and then you unscrew that by turning left. You have to kind of keep pushing in, but you're going to keep unscrewing till you got the whole core. I think we got it. And then it pops out. Pull this section back. Okay, so right there we're at 20 psi. So once you get to where you want to be, you actually just screw back in that valve core into the valve stem. And then what you do is you unscrew the whole device. Okay guys, so now we have this tire down to 20 psi. And the way these work and the way you have to set them is what you end up doing is you screw one of them on to your valve stem. Before I do that, let me show you what the components are. See if I can get it here. Okay, so you have this top part that you can unscrew, and then you kind of have this locking ring. Okay, so what we're going to do is screw this onto the valve stem. We're going to back off the top, kind of lefty-loosey, until we start to hear the air come out of the tire, and then we're going to back it down just a little bit. Then we'll use the locking ring to kind of set that, and we'll do that for all four of these. You just want to make sure they're all the way on when you're setting them. So screw it all the way down, back up till you hear air coming out. So I hear it right there. And then we do the locking ring. And then the whole thing will come off. So that's one set. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that for the other 3, and then I'll show you how they work. So we've got these all set to the right PSI. And so if these are working right, what should happen once we screw them on, it should automatically air the tires down to 20 PSI. And when it gets to 20, it should shut off. So next what I'm gonna do is make sure all my tires are set to the right PSI to start. So we're gonna make sure all of the tires are right around 36, 37 PSI. And then we'll screw them on and see how long it takes. Okay guys, so I got my tires aired up to 37 PSI, which is about what we've normally run when we're on the highway. I got my screw on sheet, tire deflators. Then what we're gonna do is go into my stopwatch, and we are gonna just time how long it takes me, reset that, how long it takes me to actually air all 4 tires down using the screw on type. And here we go. Okay guys, we just hit 14 minutes. There's still just a little bit of air coming out of all of these, but it's gotten pretty quiet, and it's 14 minutes later. So in the interest of my sanity, we're gonna go ahead and pull these off. Again, but they're still really just kind of quietly seeping. So my hope is that it's close enough to actually be close to what we were aiming for. But this is, just so you guys know, this has been one of my frustrations with this, is the amount of time it actually takes to deflate your tires this way. I've found that when I screw them on, there's other folks that have more advanced systems that are ready to go, that are out with us. If you would have manually done this with just a tire pressure gauge and bled them out, you would have been done a long time ago. But these are still kind of seeping out. But we're at 15 minutes now. So I'm gonna call the test here at 15 minutes. We'll pull these off and see where the pressure is. Okay guys, so I just tested all 4. I've got 2 tires right around that 20 PSI that I was aiming for after 15 minutes of deflating. I've got one all the way up to 27 PSI and one in the front driver that's down to 16. And that's, again, after calibrating them all in the same tire size, same pressure, and that's where I ended up. So if you're not reading yet, what I'm saying here is I'm not a big fan of this style of tire deflators. It takes a long time. Even when you set them correctly, the best I can get from them is a range and a ballpark, and it takes forever. So what we're gonna do now is re-inflate the tires to 36 PSI or 37, whatever we're at. We'll put them there. I'll put them at the 37. And then I'm gonna use the other tire deflator, the rapid tire deflator from Jayco, that actually will pull that valve core and see how long that takes me. So 4 tires to 37 PSI. We're gonna start our timer and see how long it takes with the Jayco rapid tire deflator. Let's do it. That's it. Okay guys, so we just wrapped up using the Jayco rapid tire deflator. Went around and checked my pressures with the digital one, and we were getting right around 21, between 20.5 to 21. So about 0.5 of a difference between the tires. And it took me right around 7.5 minutes to do that. So I don't know if you can see that or not, but yeah, 7.5 minutes, 4 tires. So it's almost twice as fast, and it costs the same pretty much. They're both under $40 for these systems. So if it was my money and if I had it to do again, we actually started with the screw-on deflators because I didn't know any better. So hopefully I can save you guys a purchase, but I would definitely go with the rapid tire deflators that actually pull the valve core out of the valve stem. There's several different brands that make them. Like I said, this was from Jayco. We found their customer service to be really well. It works well. There's some, I know I've seen some from ARB, but the principles are the same. You screw it on, you unscrew the valve core, and then pull it back, and you can just slide back and forth, and it has the gauge right there. So there's no guessing. You know exactly where you're at with that tire gauge while you're deflating the tire, and it's twice as fast. So there you guys go. I will put a link for the Jayco tire deflator in the description of this video in case you guys are interested. If you order through the link that we have, we get just a little bit of that from Amazon. We paid our own money for both of these systems, so this was not a freebie for us. But again, I can speak from experience that I do not think the screw-on tire deflators are worth it. I really don't. It takes way longer. It's not as accurate even when you set them as just that valve stem. And I know there's systems that'll do all 4 tires at the same time, and there's a lot of different systems out here, but for us, it's all about kind of finding what works for not a lot of money, and I feel like the Jayco one fits that bill. Guys, I hope you liked this video. If you're brand new to our channel, consider hitting that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you like the video, and we will see you guys again real soon.